Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com, and welcome back to our brief series on the Talent Card app, a really wonderful bite-sized learning app for really any sort of educational content, whether it's an enterprise or corporate level, uh, training sort of protocol, or whether you are an author or teacher or entrepreneur like myself and our community, or really anything in between. Whatever you can imagine teaching in bite sized bits or small pieces of content, I really think that Talent Cards is an ideal platform for creating content that really engages, entertains, and delights your audience. So I'm just going to give you a quick, for those of you who are watching the very first one of these videos, we do have a full PDF and series of workflows and walkthroughs on making the most out of your content and courses on Talent Cards. But if you're watching this for the first time, here's a app simulated view of what your audience, what your actual administration, managers, yourself, your clients, your customers, your students, everyone basically sees this screen. This is obviously a phone emulation. So you can see this is a double-sided set. You have an introduction at the top. Again, this is what you would see on your phone. And then you have these double-sided cards. If you click on them here, you'll see they flip back and forth. And then you can simply toggle this way as well. Really, really easy to use. Now we're going to go to a single-sided set. So this is just individual one-sided cards. I'm watching a football game in the background, and my team, which has been down big, is about to come back in the fourth quarter. So if you hear a whole bunch of hooting and hollering in the background, that is it. All right, so one of the really interesting things that you can do with the platform is you can incorporate video. As you can see here, if you click on this, a video pops up. Really good way of augmenting the information that you're sharing with your audience with other more long-form content, PDFs, audios, videos, really anything that you can imagine, links, all of that can be delivered via a Talent Card deck. Again, as you can see, this is a single-sided card, description up top. Here's another single-sided set below. You have stats that you can see here. You have account information here. You can see which card sets are doing what by dint of activity, newest alphabetically. Let's look at the newest ones. Really, the use cases for this sort of tool are only limited by your imagination. This sort of bite-sized content is really effective at teaching, right? This is really what we're supposed to be doing, is sharing information that, gives people outcomes that, a learnable skill that they can actually take out into the world when they're done these little modules. And I really do find that this sort of format, at least for entrepreneurial content, for mindfulness oriented content, which we're also doing a lot of, is really far superior to the alternatives being these more long winded, multi module courses with videos, audios, quizzes, text, PDFs. People just don't finish them. They're not interested in, in my experience and the experience that I've seen working with many hundreds at this point of authors and teachers and coaches and consultants, courses really have very poor completion rates. And the thing about this sort of format is that it is designed with completion in mind, right? So, I mean, if you don't have the patience or the attentional resources to complete, 20 cards, right? Even if you don't take the quiz, or if you're just consuming the card information itself, there's no way that somebody who's interested in a topic, who signs up for a topic, or who's working for a company that is offering this sort of training and making it mandatory or even recommended, that somebody is not going to actually be able to absorb the information delivered in this sort of format. All right, and again, knowing the metrics on the other side of the equation, teaching some longer form courses, I can tell you that in my experience anyway, our completion rates are generally under 20%, sometimes on some courses under 15%. And I can see that even on courses that people claim to really like, they're not getting nearly as far as they want you to believe they are. So people are actually sending us complimentary reviews on courses that we've shared, that I can see by dint of metrics that they've only finished 15%, 18%, 20%, right? In the brief experiments that we've done with talent cards thus far, the rates are close to 100% thus far. Okie doke. If you sign up for talent cards using our link in the description box below, if you're seeing this on YouTube, we'll give you access to some really great workflows and walkthroughs on creating courses that convert. Just send me an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com, and put talent cards in the subject line, and I'm happy to share some really good resources with you or your community. Okay, doke. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks.